Interesting night for me, gotta say. You remember Astrid, right? That astrophotographer I've been gushing over? Guess what? I got to spend the evening at the city observatory, taking shots for this series I've been planning, Stars Over the City. Inspiration struck at midnight. The cosmos aligned for me. I mean, if there was ever a literal interpretation, it was amazing. Astrophotography is a whole new ballgame. It hits differently. You know what I mean? It's not just framing a shot. It's capturing an entire universe in a single click. But enough about me. Let's talk food. You know Carlos, Lucas, and Emily, right? We've been reminiscing about out-uni days over chat. Oh, and believe it or not, Carlos challenged me to a ping-pong match at the office. I'd say I need some practice, but come on, it's Carlos. Considering his aim in darts, the guy couldn't hit a barn door from inside. And hey, guess what else pops up in our chats? The new sushi place. Tried it last week with Astrid. Now believe me when I say this, it's probably got the best sashimi in town. You plan on coming to New York anytime soon? We could hit the sushi place together. You'd love it. And after the sushi extravaganza, brace yourself because I might drag you for a nighttime photo adventure. Wait till you see the city stars through my lens. Anyway, that's about it. About my day. These late-night photography expeditions are exciting, but they do make the mornings a bit hard. But hey, morning runs are all about overcoming those barriers, right? All right. So, I'm expanding my musical horizons. You know me, always up for a new challenge. Today, I stepped into a tabla music workshop. Yeah, you heard that right. Took me a minute to wrap my head around the beautiful complexity of Eastern rhythms. You've got to appreciate the level of skill that goes into playing those beats. It's not just about tapping a drum. Neha, the music instructor, she was amazing. Made the complex beats look like child's play. I felt like a fish out of water with this completely foreign instrument, my hands flying everywhere. But don't get me wrong, it was enlightening. Between this and my usual guitar sessions, there's never a dull moment for me musically. You gotta admit that. Speaking of music, guess what? Carlos has a new toy, a telescope. The guy's turning into a serious stargazing enthusiast. No kidding. Our chats have been all about the cosmos lately, with Emily even spotting a shooting star last night. I told them about my tabla workshop, and they were as surprised you probably are now. Lucas tried to imagine me playing tabla instead of a guitar, and trust me, it does sound a bit unreal. We've all got our quirks, right? Oh, and Em and Carlos were raving about some new Cali-Mex place, said it's a riot of flavors. Sounds like my taste buds are in for a treat. Gotta try it out over the weekend. And then there's this article on AI photography that Carlos has shared. Should give it a read. Might get some new ideas for Click AI. Shifted from earthly beats to cosmic stars. From my third eye camera to Cali-Mex flavors. What a day. Now all this talk about tabla and beats has gotten me thinking about how our life is like an orchestra piece. Every beat, every note represents a year, an event, or an experience. The rhythm of our lives, sometimes slow and steady, sometimes fast and thrilling, just like the tabla beats. Hey, there's a philosophical thought for the day. And you thought I wasted my time with tabla? How's that for the diversity of interests that keep our lives interesting, eh? So there I was today, imparting wisdom, or at least attempting to. You know how much I want to connect and motivate folks at work, sharing my journey, emphasizing on adaptability, the ability to roll with life's punches. Emma and Michael were thoroughly engaged, and honestly, it was such a fulfilling experience. From a philosophy student to a tech art influencer. Bit of a roller coaster ride, hasn't it? Just as Lucas was commenting on our chat. Speaking of Lucas, he got his new artwork featured on ArtNet today. I mean, wow. He's the definition of adaptability, navigating the art world like a fish in water. Meanwhile, Emily's sarcasm had us rolling on the floor. The woman sure loves her cats. And Carlos, the guy just doesn't give up on his wisecracks. always ready with something up his sleeve to make a point, or bring about laughter. As he did today, asking me about my adaptation since we had been discussing it earlier at work. Carlos, the joker, the coder, ever heard of multi-talented? Speaking of plans, we've been thinking about hitting the beach over the winter. Cold water, beach, adventure. Sounds like our madness, doesn't it? Although I secretly hope Carlos doesn't invent a robot to save us from the cold water. Now that will be a sight. Anyway, little chat updates aside, the mentoring session today really got me thinking. You know how you can draw a parallel line between all facets of your life? Yes, right there. Like how we set those goals while we were in uni, and now we are moving mountains to reach them, maneuvering every bump we encounter on our way. Each one pursuing what we love in our own tiny big universe. We are like one tightly knit clan in this vast cosmos, each one of us shining individually and collectively, making the constellation brighter. It's like I was literally merging my roles as a mentor, a friend, a tech evangelist, and an amateur philosopher, trying to piece together shards of each into a kaleidoscope. That's life, isn't it? A vibrant, always spinning, always changing kaleidoscope. And on that wonderful note, I need to get some sleep.